Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Last video I did was just a little bit of a setup on the iTechworld battery capacity or sort of monitor and voltmeter. So in today's one, what I'm going to do is just show you a bit of a, I suppose, an upgrade or a little bit of a hack as far as put the new monitor into the battery box. So I've got, as you probably would have seen in the last one, I've got a new lithium in the hardcore battery box, and actually good timing because the angle's just turned into cycle. So let's see on that one there, suits all types including lithium. Well, that's nice. I mean, it does, so it's not sort of saying anything untoward. If we look on the battery monitor, see if we can get into focus on there, just let it scroll and roll through. And it's used, I think it was 38 amps through there, 54 amp battery. So that's about 3/4 of the way through. So if we do their capacity voltage, well, that's fine, 12.9. This one reads probably about an amp higher than what it actually is, but more interestingly is the capacity there. If you use that as a guide, it's showing that the battery is 100%. So I say for AGMs and everything else, that's all good. The problem is if you're using a lithium and, like, say you go to plug this one in thinking, well, that one's pretty full, because you can't use the voltage as a guide, you'd be a little bit bummed out when it sort of draws down another 10-15 amps and it switches off, you've got nothing left. So what I'm going to do is get this one, which is designed for lithium, and I thought I'll put this, got a bit of room, I'll show you guys later on. I want to actually put it, rather than put it on the back, because I think you can probably stick it on the back because it's got nothing on there either. If it's hard up against something, you're not going to see it, whereas at least on the side, if it sits in the car on one of the wings, you can either sort of see it from the back seat or see it from the tailgate. And also if it sort of sits on there, I mean, I did think about maybe sticking it right down the front here as well, or even on the top, but then you've got capacity for straps, and I don't want the sort of strap sitting over there. That would probably sit in there just nicely as well, but I suppose for my purpose I might stick it on the side. I mean, this one's got all the Anderson plugs on the side of it, but yeah, it's more so just give you an idea of capacity just on the battery. Like I said, unfortunately you can't use this one as a guide because it doesn't show it. So that's what we'll do, and we'll take it into the garage and we'll go from there. Hey everyone, I've got the battery box back outside. That's the monitor there, and that's the wiring. I'm going to extend that wiring out, just make it a little bit longer. I've also done a little template up, so what I might do, once to decide where, but it's probably going to be this side here. I'll open it up, I'll show you. Also probably want to put an angle plug in there as well eventually, but I'll get this one done first. So that's all connected up there. You can see the battery, just got it padded up a little bit. That's the bottom of it. That's the side I'm looking to put it in, so it's pretty well clear. So I might actually I might put it a little bit closer on this end. That way if I put a plug, because if I put a plug it's going to hang out probably about here-ish. I don't want it sort of fouling or interfering, so alright, I'll unplug it and we'll do a bit of drilling. Alright, so what I've done, I'll just put a bit of masking tape over there, and it's got a little line on that one, so I don't want to get too close to that, give it a bit of clearance. That one's sort of sitting there, thinking it's about there. Well, that actually might trace it, so I might just trace it out of here. Get it nice and straight. Always remember your safety specs too. Alright, there she is. It's in there pretty well. Got the Dremel out a little bit, it's got a little notch through there, a little notch through there, but I might see if we can get a bit of silicone or something, and we'll just sort of touch those little ones up. And you see that? You sort of plug in there. So I'll updo a little wiring, just make it a little bit longer, but sits in there pretty well, nice and flush. So there you go. So what I've done is just join these ones up together and put a bit of solder on there, and just put some heat shrink. I've got a heat shrink, it's going to go just over the two joins. Keep it all together and put a little bit of shrink on there just at the joint, stop it splitting any further, and a couple of lugs. So that's more than enough length in there. Probably made it just a little bit too long, but we'll have plenty of room anyway. Alright, I've got everything back together. We've charged it all up, install the wires and just sort of put them out there. So what I'm going to do is put it all together, hook it up, connect it up. Right, I've got it all connected up. Put the multimeter on, so it's showing 14.01. I'll turn this one on. This one reads probably about 0.1 of a volt higher than what it is. I just had it on charge, so it's 100% charged. I've got that installed. There you go, 14.1. We'll scroll over, 100%. So, I turned off the 240 off this. I'll set it to, it's on -14. We'll set it to -16. Alright, there she goes. It's gone in a cycle. I'll bring the volts down. And there you go. All about 3.5 amps or thereabouts, just as it starts off on cycling. Down to 2. So hi guys, welcome back. It's been about 8-9 hours, so we're going to see how it's all worked. Has it or hasn't it? That's the big question now. Let's have a look-see. So it's cycling at the moment. Let's see if we can get it on there. How many amps we've used. It's about 16, just over 16 amps in about 9 hours. So this, I'd say, will be reading 100% like it did before. Oh, there's no real sort of surprises there. Those bars are all the way lit up. I'm just doing this evening, so you might not look that well. So let's see what the old iTechworld's got to say. 13.2, 100%. Let's have a look. Wowee, 100%. So 54 amp battery, we've used about 16 amps, so let's say about 25 odd % we've used. So in theory that should be, say, up around the 75 mark. As you can see, she's still saying 100. So, well, that's a fail as far as I'm concerned with that monitor, unless it only works with 120s for some reason. Maybe it's calibrated to that. It certainly doesn't work with a 54. I asked the guy when I bought it, said, this work sort of with the 54s? He goes, yep, should be, no dramas. Well, I think we've just shown it right there, that the iTechworld battery meter, certainly on a 54 amp iTechworld lithium battery, is a fail. So, and that's, yeah, unfortunately I thought it might have been calibrated to it, it might have worked, but it didn't. I mean, if you look at, like I said, we'll go back to these ones again. You got percentages there, you've got amps coming in and out, so must have like an internal BMS or something like that in there. Let's see, well, that reads sort of 100%. And I know this one definitely works with the lithium because I've seen it sort of go down to your 40, 50, 60. So iTechworld, if you've thinking about getting one of their monitors, I wouldn't bother. Save your money and get yourself, I don't know, something decent, like I suppose the Victrons or something like that, where it's got a shunt where you can sort of measure everything coming in and out. So, oh well, never mind, we gave it a fly. Thanks guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time around.